How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So glad each and every one of you can make it. Today I want to talk about quickly about a package that I received from somebody, and there's a story that goes with it so that you understand the whole reason behind it. So stay tuned. Again, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I just got finished doing an unboxing, so I've got stuff scattered everywhere. But here's the story before I show you what's going on. I seen a car when I was just perusing images on Google, right? And I found a project that I really wanted to do. So I reached out to a person that I have used in the past. Very nice guy. He's always been willing to help. He's helped others. He actually was doing decals on the side, making a little extra change, you know. So that's how I met him. I reached out to him and asked him about some decals, and he said sure, and made me up some decals. Okay. So when I seen this car, and I'll show it to you here in a minute when I show you the bits and pieces. I reached out to him, said, can you do this for me? And if so, how much? He didn't. He said, well, let me check into it. Next day, he sends me a picture of part of the build that I needed, that I was really wanting. And, I mean, literally the next day, he already had it 3D printed. But he said there's a problem. I'm having troubles with my printer. He said it's putting a black streak in it. So he said it's going to take me a little time to get it fixed, but don't worry, I will get them to you. And I'm going to stop it right there and say this. This is not to bash the guy. It's just telling the backstory. I am a little bit disappointed. I will say that. But I'm not going to tell you his name because that's not what this video is about, okay? What this video is about is the story that goes behind it and people willing to help. So, I think a month went by. I reached out to him. Maybe a month and a half. Reached out to him. No, still hadn't got the printer fixed. I'll let you know. Okay? So, 2-3 months go by. No word. Not an email, not a I'm working on it, not I'm trying to get it fixed. Now during this whole process, well, right before I asked him about doing these bits, he started a new project with a couple more guys, okay? And listen, I know there's a lot of work involved in this other project. I have no issue with that. I actually enjoy his other project, you know. But no update email saying, you know, I'm still having issues or anything. I constantly have to reach out to him. So I let it go for a while longer because, like I said, he's got this other thing going, and you know, they're trying to get that going, and I don't want to be a burden and all that. But in the same token, at this point, I'm considering myself a customer because I asked how much for it. He said I'll work out the details, and that was it. You know. So I reached out again. Like I said, this is about 2, maybe 3 months after the previous email. Nope, still haven't gotten it fixed. Okay, I'm not trying to rush you, not trying to be a bother. I understand life gets in the way. Okay, but I do need these. Okay. So a while, about 2 more months go by. Yeah, about 2 months, maybe 2.5-ish. Still no updates. Still no, Pete, I'm trying. I've got all this other stuff going on, or health issues, or car issues, house, you know, life issues. Nothing. So I reached out again. At this time, you know, it's been over half a year, and I'm already disappointed because, like I said, I'm considering myself a customer because I'm willing to pay you for these things if the price is not too high, and you're not even getting back to me saying anything. So I sent him an email, just checking, wanting to see if you've gotten to it, if you've got everything straight, because at this time he's released a video of his own where he did decals on his own project. So I said I'll reach out one more time, so because I know at this time he has it fixed. So I reached out again. No reply. Reached out again a couple days later. No reply. So he has another email that is associated with this other project that he's working on. So I said, I hate to do it. I hope nobody else sees it. I hope it goes directly to him, but I sent him one there. Got a reply to the old email. He got this one, but replied to me on the old email, talking about, you know, he's had this issue. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but he's going to go ahead and send me the parts and a few extra things for my patience and my waiting. So right then I was like, nope, I am done. I'm done. I'm going to cancel the build. This has been 7-8 months going, you know, one thing after another. Like I said, I understand life gets in the way, so I'm not calling them excuses, but it is one thing after another, and you're not contacting me. Okay, so I sent him a polite message back, said, you know, I hope everything gets better, without giving you exact words, because then you'll know what his reason was for not doing it. Hope everything gets better, you know, and everything, but just go ahead and forget about sending it. Don't even worry about it. I'm done with it. I'm canceling the build. Because at that point I was done. I mean, I was done. So I reached out to Jeff over at Fellowship of Diecast. I was talking to him about it, you know, and he said that, and at this time I knew another guy that done stuff like this, but I really hated reaching out asking anybody, because if you can't do it yourself, there's really no need in doing it. But some of these projects, and like I said, I'll put a picture in, some of these projects you can't do certain things, okay, unless you invest money in the machinery and taking the time to learn how to do it. But anyhow, long story short, he said, go ahead and reach out to Rodney. I'm like, no, Jeff, I'm done with it. I really don't want to. I don't want to bother him every time I turn around, or every time he turns around. I don't want to be asking him, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? You know, because that's just not how you do. Especially if you consider somebody your friend, you don't want to take advantage of them. You know what I mean? So anyhow, here's a picture of the car that I want to do. It's the Volkswagen truck, and the name of the car is Oklahoma Willie. It's a jet powered truck, Volkswagen truck. And when I reached out to the first guy and asked him if he could do it, and he was like, yeah, you know, I'll do it. I ordered some wheels to go along with it. I'm gonna hold off on those wheels, showing you the wheels, until I do the build. I want it to be a surprise, because now you know exactly what the car is going to look like. But anyhow, I sent him the picture, explained the whole story, told him that I really hated to bother him, you know, and all this stuff. Without hesitation, he's like, dude, I got you. Let me look and see what I can find. If I can find it, I got you. And the whole time I was like, I really don't even want to mess with this. It's been nothing but a nightmare ever since I brought it up. Ever since it popped up there, it's been nothing but a nightmare. But anyhow, he said that he had found something that would work, and he was going to print it. So he printed it, 3D printed it, and then he had issues with the printing, so he reworked it a couple of times to get it to where it would work. But if you just looked at that picture, you know it's a jet engine Volkswagen truck. And it has a stand and all that stuff, and I'm actually glad that he did this in 2 pieces. But there's the stand. Actually has a smell to it. Is that like, I guess that's the resin after you cured it. But anyhow, there's the stand that goes in the back of the truck. And like I said, I'm actually glad that you did it in 2 parts, because now I can paint it a lot better. And then here's the actual engine. Oh, that looks so good, brother. Wow. There's the actual jet engine. Look at that thing. Wow, that looks good. Intake. Trying to move it around, can you see? You can see it real good. Exhaust side. That looks so good, man. And it's going to sit on there like that in the back of the truck. Of course, it's going to be painted to match the truck. But anyhow, that's just the reason I'm making the video is, like I said, not to bash the other guy. It's not what it's about. Like I said, things just happen. But I would have preferred him just say, you know, I can't do it because I got all this other stuff going on. Much respect for being honest, and much respect for doing that, knowing you have somebody waiting. And I happen to know that there's several other people that are waiting on the same guy. But not only did he do that, I said, well, if you can do that, then I will just, I told him I told him I was done. Then he's like, no, that's a really cool build. Don't give up on it. And I said, well, I might just paint the truck and have it painted and just say this is a tribute to that truck. He said, no, let me see if I can do it. Let me see. So he did the engine. I was like super stoked. I said, sweet. I'll just put in the video that this is a tribute to that truck. And, you know, because, you know, I can't get the decals. I've reached out to several people and nobody wanted to attempt them. So, you know, I'm like, well, that's fine, you know, whatever. You know, when you have to rely on other people, you just can't. You just can't rely on people. Not because they should do the stuff for you, just because people are busy with their own lives. You know, people have their own businesses, they have their own jobs, they have their own houses, their own families, you know, their own issues, their own problems, you know. So to try to rely on somebody to do something for you constantly, you just can't do it. Number one, it's not right. That's taking advantage of them. And number two, you just can't do it, because eventually something's going to happen and you're going to feel like, oh, they don't want to mess with me. You know, so. But anyhow, he said, let me try something. When he was like, oh man, that's so cool. I really want to see this build to fruition. I want to see it done. I said, well, if I can get the decals from anybody and just get them in gray or burgundy, you know, that'll look cool on the side of the car. But look at that. He did the decals for me. Like I said, this community is for somebody. I really didn't want to bother him, but for him to take on the challenge, be more than willing to do what he could to help out, is just remarkable. But he did them in several sizes, that way I could pick the one that I thought would be best. You know, that's just, and I'm sorry the story's so long, but I wanted you to get the full evolution of this story. So now, I have everything that I need to do the Oklahoma Willie. So you know what custom's coming up very shortly. It's going to be a little while because I've got other things in the iron. You know, I've got the Misfits build for October. I've got the Misfits build for Christmas. I've got several customs that I'm working on for friends and everything that I'm going to donate or give away. You know, stuff like that. But yeah, for him to do that for me is just, and I wasn't even going to mention his name because I don't want a lot of people jumping over there asking, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? You know, because I don't want you doing that and him being super busy with his own stuff, like I said, and him just say, you know, I would like to, but right now I'm kind of tied up, and then you get mad, or him to think that I'm trying to put him out there for a lot of extra work and business, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he could make a lot of money doing this stuff. He really could. But like I said, he's got his own life and stuff going on. But wow, I wasn't even going to put his name out, but I wanted you guys to know who it was that is stepping up and being such a great person in this community, willing to help somebody like me, you know. Who am I? I'm nobody. I haven't done anything to deserve for somebody to want to help out like that, you know. Yeah, I make videos and I try to help where I can and stuff, but I just wanted to show how thoughtful and nice that was. It really was. So until next time, everybody, Rodney, thank you very much, brother. You don't know what that means. I'll pay you back some kind of way. I don't know what way it's going to be because we already have something worked out for the other packages you sent. But thank you, brother. Thank you. Everybody hit that thumbs up down there for him. Go to his channel. Check out his videos. Watch one. Say hi. And no, don't say hi. Tell him that was a super generous thing that he did, because it was. That was so kind of him to do that. And hit that thumbs up on this video. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so very much for watching. Rodney, again, thank you. You saved this build, because this build was not going to happen.